everybody, today we are doing simplifying radicals with variables number 2 or day 2. So to begin, we are multiplying some radicals together. So thinking about what we have talked about before, we can multiply the numbers that are sitting in front of the variable or in front of the radical, and we can multiply together the numbers that are on the inside of the radical. So the very first number, let's go ahead and look at -2. We have -2 times nothing. So I'm just going to leave it as a radical, or as -2. Now, radical, 12 times 6. What is 12 times 6? That's just 72, isn't it? 6, 12, yep. Okay, and then my x's, if I'm multiplying x's together, that means that I'm adding the exponent. So 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 5 of those. Okay, so now 72. Let's go ahead and make a tree for this, just like we did last week. So we can have 2 and 36, and then we could have 2 and 18. We could have 2 and 9, and then we could have 3 and 3. Now, I want to circle everything that has a pair. So I have a pair of 3s, I have a pair of 2s, and I have 1, 2 left over. Now I'm going to write how many x's that I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to circle my pairs of x's. So that's 1, that's 2, and that is what's left over. So now everyone sees this 2, right? We're going to go ahead and write that 2 first. So we have -2 times. Now we're going to look at everything that's, everything that is in a circle. So those and those. So we have times 2 times 3 from the 2 circles. And then x, how many circles do we have around x's? 2 of them. So x squared. Radical. Now I'm going to look at everything that is, everything that is inside of boxes. So that means I'm going to have 2 and I'm going to have an x. Okay, now we are just multiplying everything together. So -2 times 2, that's -4, times 3, that is -12, x squared, radical 2x. Okay, cool, good. So it's just like what we were doing before, except for now we have variables. So let's go ahead and go to this next one. So very first thing, I'm going to go ahead and just highlight what looks the same. So I have a 3 out in front. I don't have anything in front here. I have a 3b on the inside, a 15b on the inside. Very first thing, we're going to multiply together the plain numbers, like the numbers that are in red. So I have 3 times 1, so that's just 3. Radical 3 times 15 is 45. And b times b is b squared. Okay, now we're drawing another tree. So we have 45. 3 can go into 45, so 3 and 15. 3 and 5. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a circle around my pair of 3s and a box around my 5. So again, I'm getting this 3 from right here, and I'm also looking at the numbers that are inside of here. I am getting the yellow is right here, so that's what's in my box. Very last part that I forgot to do, my 2 b's, so b and b. Should I put a box around both of those, or should I circle them? I'm going to circle them because I have a pair, so I can go ahead and highlight those as being green too. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this out. We have that 3. We have another 3, so times 3, and then we have that b. Radical, we have 5 on the inside. So we have 3 times 3, which is 9, b, because there's nothing else to do with the b. Radical 5, because there was nothing to do with that 5. Okay, so let's go to the next problem. Let's go ahead and highlight some stuff. So I know I have that -5 5. I have this. What is this? Is it a -1? Is it a -0? It should be a -1. Good. I highlighted it the wrong color. That's my bad. And the blues. So everything that's sitting on the inside. Now we're going to multiply all of this together. So on the outside, -5 times -1 is +5. Radical. 3 times 12 is 36. N to the third times n. That would be n to the fourth. Now we can go ahead and split this up. So 36. We're going to do it out the long way. So 2 and 18. 2 and 9. 3 and 3. So now I'm going to circle my pairs. I have a pair of 3s. I have a pair of 2s. One more time to make sure that we have this straight. I'm going to take this 5. I'm going to take my pairs of 2s. So 2 and my 3s. Going back, my ends, I have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to circle my pairs of ends. Go ahead and highlight those. Oops. Okay, so now we are multiplying all of this together. So I'm taking that original 5. I am multiplying it by the 2 and the 3. And I have n, but I have 2 circles around the ends, right? So that's n squared. Are there any radicals? Anything that is yellow? No, there's not, so I'm going to leave it just like this. So 5 times 2 is 10, times 3 is 30 n squared. Okay. I'm going to give you a second. I want you to try out the next one. Okay, so we should have highlighted some stuff. I don't have anything that's out in front here and nothing that's out front here. I have this is on the inside, this is on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply all this together. So looks like I just have nothing. So radical, what's on the inside? 20 times 10 is 200. X to the 1x, 2 x's, so x to the third. I just added my 2 exponents together. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify that. So I have 200, 2 and 100, 2 and 50, 2 and 25, and then 5 and 5. Now I'm going to put circles around my pairs. I have a pair of 5s, a pair of 2s. I have an extra 2, so I'm putting a box around that. I have 3 x's, so I'm putting a circle around the pair and a box around the one that's all by itself. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight some stuff. I have, every time, this is a pair, this is a pair, this is a pair. And then for my boxes, I have 2 and that. Okay, so looks like I'm going to have 2 times 5 x, just 1 because it only has 1 circle, radical 2 times x. So 2 times 5 is 10x, radical 2x. That is what we are looking for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the next one on the next thing, so go ahead and get ready for that.